All right, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the 89 art season, round number 2 this time. Should be exciting. Long Beach Grand Prix, very different event from the first one. Very different. See how it goes. I'm optimistic. I think Long Beach, out of all the street circuits, in my opinion, maybe just because I've raced it the most, but Long Beach for me is, well, I'll probably regret saying this, but I think one of my best of the street tracks. So hopefully I can put a good showing in here today, but appreciate folks jumping in. We'll do a couple things. I'm gonna review point standings and all that, and then I do want to do quick practice. We're gonna do qualifying, and then the race and everything. So we'll take a look at our championship season. It's round 2, like I said. Continue that. Always afraid I'm going to hit delete, but I have backed up the championship just in case anything crazy happens. I have the file for it. But we're on round 2. So round 1 out last time was at Phoenix 200, and Michael Andretti won. We'll take a look at the results there. Ryan Axelson, our driver, finished in 2nd position. I think it was a really good race. I watched some of it back, and outside of the Italian waving incident with Mario Andretti there in the middle and crashing into turn 1, I think otherwise it was actually pretty good. Battled with Danny Sullivan towards the end through lap traffic in true, short oval fashion, and was able to sneak away with a 2nd place from starting 11th on the grid there. So overall, pretty good result. Michael Andretti was so fast. I just don't think there was going to be a way during that one to actually catch him. So maximized what I could do. I got 16 points, and of course this is how the championship looks right now as we come to Long Beach. Michael Andretti there in the lead with 21 points, and Ryan Axelson in 2nd. So I was looking back at the points a little bit more. The top 12 get points, and then the driver that leads the most laps also gets a point. And so hopefully we can lead a lap or something today at Long Beach. But of course, Long Beach Grand Prix in itself at the Long Beach Street Circuit. So I mentioned in the first race of the season, or when we looked at the championship, that some of the tracks aren't perfect for the season of 1989, and Long Beach is one of them. The circuit layout itself was a little bit different in 1989, but this is the best that we have for Indycar 2, and so pretty good, a case of understatement. We'll see. But overall, the track layout itself is not so different. It's actually hiding a little bit behind. Let me see if I can hide this, the wheeler plug in here. But of course, classic street track layout. It's a short layout itself. It's only 1.5 miles around, so we'll be doing 105 laps. But it should be less than 2 hours, unless we have a lot of caution for some reason. The races were a little less than 2 hours overall, so it's actually not that long of a race, but it is pretty tiring. It's a street track, so you got concrete walls on either side, trying to keep you honest the whole time. Somebody honking their horn. So the layout itself, the only major difference is at the start of the back straightaway, and I can't really show you by pointing on the map, but at the start of the back straightaway there was a series of corners for 89 through 91, I believe, and I like this layout much better anyway, so I'm kind of happy this is the one we get. But overall, not so different of a layout, a pretty good one, and should be good. I think the modeling of it in IndyCar 2, this one's pretty much a stock track that came with the game. It's all right. It's a little sparse with the graphic details, and the only major inaccuracy is the hairpin at the end of the lap. They just couldn't make corners that were as tight as the real one is coming onto Shoreline Drive. So we've got a little bit more room than we would have in real life, which is honestly okay. So passing opportunity wise, you would think Shoreline into turn 1 is the best passing, and from what I've done in practice, the AI brakes so late going into there, it's actually going to be a really hard one to pass. I really need to get side by side with a car, even a lap car, if I'm going to pass, or else they come and take the apex from you. So honestly, coming down the back straightaway is the best place to pass. I can set them up coming through the S's before that, and so we'll have to do most of the passing there. But all right, I want to go do a little bit of practice. Tony, the 89 season doesn't have surfers. I think they think 91 might have been the first year that they went to surfers. Unfortunately, but I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna do a little bit of practice on a qualifying fuel load and just make sure everything feels good before we jump actually into qualifying and everything. Yeah, it's very easy to overdo the braking here, so that's gonna be one of the biggest things to watch out for. Kill this music. All right, we'll come do a couple laps just to make sure everything's working. And I've got the sequential shifter hooked up, so they would have used H patterns, I believe, in the cars in '89, and IndyCar 2 doesn't do H patterns, but I did convert, and you can't quite see it on the camera, but I did convert my PH8A from the sequential to, or from the H pattern to the sequential for this, so be a little more accurate, although it's just like I did there, it's a little easy to double shift. Right, but here is Long Beach. It's gonna be all about just not overdoing it, especially into the braking zones. I'm gonna have to play with the bars quite a bit, at least with the setup I've got, to make sure I don't spin out. The rear over the course of the run starts to slip from behind. Come down the straightaway. This is where I'm thinking passing's gonna be the best. I don't want to go too deep into this corner. Again, it's easy to overdo it, but for some reason I'm a little quicker down that straightaway, so that'll be where we end up passing. We'll come to the end of the lap tight. Yeah, there's no escape roads or anything either, so it's, you're living on the edge. And just like, you know, we went through all the options before the last race, but we'll be racing with arcade damage mode, so I can get away with some wall taps, although in some of my practicing I absolutely blew wheels and broke wings and stuff, so real chance of damage during this one. And I posted a picture on Twitter this morning, but in the real race, Alistair Jr. actually won, of course, as he did most years in the early 90s. But he actually won with half of his front wing missing after an accident with Mario Andretti, so damage does not necessarily mean end of the event, depending on where it happens and how it happens. So have to be careful about the revving too. Don't want to over-rev the car. See if we can put a little bit of a lap. Just going to do one more lap here and practice going into the pit lane, and then we'll get right into qualifying. The qualifying on the road circuits is an open session, so it's about a 10-minute session. Whoop, tap the wall there. Braking. It's a 10-minute session, so we basically have 10 minutes to go out and try to get a lap, but there are other cars on the track during that 10 minutes, so maybe a little bit luck of the draw. This race also is not quite as straightforward on fuel and strategy and stuff. I think I can do about 40 laps. It's about a gallon a lap under full boost. And I can control that boost knob here in the bottom left. But 40 laps under full boost, and so with a 105 lap race, it's going to be tight. You know, you could see it's not really tight. It could be a strategy to split the race into 2 stops, or just 1 stop rather, in the middle, and save fuel the whole time. But I think I'm going to go for flat out and take my pit stops when it feels most appropriate and space it out evenly so that I maximize the on track time or something. I'm not sure. But all right, that felt all right for the car. So I'm gonna reload the setup and we'll jump into qualifying. Not sure how far up we'll be able to qualify. I think I can get down into the 53s with my setup. But we'll have to see where that would put me on the grid. So look at the standings. So these are the qualifying results that I'll be going against. Yeah, the hairpin is wide. So, okay, Michael Andretti, who, of course, is going to try to back up his Phoenix result. He's up top with a 53.2 right now, and that's probably quicker than I'm going to be able to go, but we'll try in this 10 minutes to see how fast I can actually go. But I should be able to get in the 53s, hopefully start top 10. We were in the Long Beach Grand Prix. It's the Long Beach street circuit. One other weird thing is the pit lane speed. It's 80 mile an hour like all the rest of the tracks, but it's not quite clear where that ends. I see the AI speeding up right around here, and I'm worried that I'm going to get a black flag exiting the pits if I, speed too early or something. So hopefully I won't lose too much time to the AI, but it seems like the end of the pit lane isn't at the end of the wall. All right, so we're out for qualifying. Actually going to lower the bars a bit. Got light fuel, so using pretty much the same setup for the race and for qualifying, just with less fuel. I found it's pretty good setup overall. I think it's one from online that I've tweaked a bit. And keep the car under me for most of the run. I'm gonna get down to first gear, so this will be the first time lap. I think it'll be one lap here that we're not quite as quick as I could go. Yeah, I think no pit speed limit would be a little wild, although it was in real life too. I think there was a big crash in the pits at Long Beach one of these years when there was no speed limit. I don't mind the speed limit too much because of the AI cars. It's easier to avoid them, or if you pull out in front of one, they'll be going slow enough that you can avoid it. Get through the S's here though. Yeah, I know the trick with Alt-B and using the braking, auto braking for speed limit, but I don't have that hooked up. All right, so come around. This will be a mediocre lap. See if I can get a good lap out of this. Use a little bit more of the rev range for qualifying here. That was a 55.2 just on my out lap. First gear for the first corner. It's so hard to get consistent with everything in this game, but especially on the braking. I find I'm either way too short in the corners. Oh, it's run a bit wide there. Way too short in the corners, or I just massively overcook it. Seems like there's such a fine margin for error. You have to drive a bit under your ultimate level to actually make it through a whole race. It's not going to be a great lap. Got 7 minutes left. Luckily, I haven't hit any traffic so far. 20. Oh, I'm going to have to do quite a lot better than that. Okay, first couple of corners. I'm going to slide it here through turn 3. It's quite slow. But these races in the street tracks are a little bit about survival. I don't know what the attrition rate's going to be for the AI, but I feel like if I put a consistent race together, don't get damaged, and finish the race, I should hopefully be able to score some points. If not, maybe even a top 5 that would be excellent for this one. Hopefully Michael Andretti doesn't win it as well, because I don't need somebody winning the first 2 races of the season. All right, so still doing 55s. Really need to pick it up. A little tentative through turn 3 there. Get it swept out through the S's here. This is where if you get the right line, I can make some passes down this straightaway. I just saw a lapped car going through the straightaway ahead, so they don't spoil my next laps. I see I broke way too much there. Dancing the car through the streets, though. It's quite fun. It's definitely not the most realistic thing racing on the circuit, but all right, up to P12 now. 54. That's much better. 54 flat. Car coming out of the pits. It's Rick Mears. I overcooked it as well. He should be able to pull away from me, I'd imagine. We'll see. This lap is no good. I'm going to give Mears a little bit of space. I think I'm actually quicker than him if I do a good lap. 4 minutes left in this. P12 right now. Would love a few more spots. A little bit wide there. I got a little bit of understeer. Tried to change a couple of the roll bar settings there before this lap just to get a little bit of better turn out of the car. It's impressive how much it actually helps get the car to turn. A little bit slow in the accelerator coming out of the hairpin, but this might be an okay lap. Come across the line. Now still a 54. Oh, running out of time. I was doing 53s all week in practice, of course. When it actually comes down to it, the nab the wall there. Of course, it's the race that matters, but passing cars around this circuit is not the easiest, if you couldn't tell. So starting as far up front as I can is a very good idea. Catching another car as well. Oh no, it's falling apart. It goes to the pits, thankfully. All right, I got to do it now. Good there through the first chicane, a little bit wide through there, but carry some speed. Into the last couple of corners. I feel like I'm still really slow on entry, but I don't want to overcook any of the corners. Oh, coming out. Still a little slow onto the front straightaway, but this might be my best lap yet. Yeah, 53.8. Oh, P11. Only improved one spot with that. We got a whole bunch of cars ahead. Whoa, it's like nab the 19. Whoops. I think that's Guido Daco, right? All right, well, I think that's qualifying. So I did get into the 53s, but only to P11, which is just inside the point-paying positions for the race, but not nearly as far up as I wanted. This is going to be a pretty difficult one, especially on the start for the first handful of laps. The AI love to swerve. I know, I just murdered Daco there. The AI swerve all over the circuit for the first, or for any of the laps, but when they're all together like this battling for position. So it's going to be a difficult start to the race, but it's a long race, 105 laps. Yeah, near the top 10. I mean, I'm right at the edge of it. It could be a lot worse. I'm at least in front of all the really slow cars, but wish I could have done a bit better there. So we'll look at it. P11, 53.8. That's not that bad, I think. But it's pretty spread out here towards the back half of the 53s. And then really close here through 4th, 5th, and 6th. Oh, it looks like Emerson Fittipaldi got the pole. So I guess they still I guess they still qualify while you you're out there, which I actually never really knew. So the times we saw at the beginning continue to be evolved. But I'm actually in front of Mario Andretti this time, which is good. And see how. So Michael Andretti, points leader in second. Hopefully, I might have actually got P11 at Phoenix too. So consistency, but not quite the number we would want normally. Yeah, it's close though, so I think this is going to be a pretty close race. Although during the racing itself, the field seems a little more spread out. So I'm optimistic, like with Phoenix, I'll be able to get past a good number of these guys. But, you know, it's going to be difficult to pass them, and I'm expecting a couple of the cars to be very quick. We got AJ Foyt all the way at the very back. And Bernard Jourdain Guidodaka, who I hit there. Nothing else too surprising, but pretty good qualifying overall. All right. I'm going to do quick warm up. I just want to test the setup and make sure that with full fuel, got my bearings straight before we get started with the race. Appreciate folks coming out for this. Should be a good second round. Excited to do the Indy 500 in this, which will be really fun. Yeah, AJ might be a little bit slower. Yeah, this is one of the only IndyCar 2 tracks that has not been modded, which is surprising. And I should say there is a totally different version of this track for like the 2005 version of Surfers with the fountain corner and all that. So, and if you think about when this came out, I'm not sure how many more years after 1995 they ran this layout, so folks pretty quickly moved to wanting a more current layout of the circuit. So this one never really received the attention that some of the others have, but I do think it's one of the better Papyrus tracks to begin with. I'm really deep there, forgot I have full fuel. Car's definitely a lot more sluggish under full fuel. Gonna do a lap or two just to make sure I get the feeling again for the full fuel before we get going. Yeah, the big difference, so this part in 1989 was all the same. The big difference in the 1989 layout came up here, so I believe you would still go through these S's, but it might have cut a little closer, and then before this bridge you would go through a big square section, I think, you know, 2 left-handers and a right-hander to join back onto the straightaway. So it's quite a bit different just in how long the laps took, and I think the race was 85 laps instead of 105 like we're going to do here. So I'm running this. I see a question in there about how do you get this to run. I'm running this on DOSBox, and Ted Meat, who does a lot of these games as well, has some great tutorials on how to get steering wheels and stuff working with these games. So using full steering wheel pedals, you can see my inputs there in the bottom right, and then running it in DOSBox, it works pretty well. If I'm behind the full field, there's a little bit of slowness in the frame rate just because this is one of the, quote, high-detailed car sets, but works pretty good overall. All right. Level cut in front of me there. Ooh. All right, so I'm going to jump to the pits. I got Danny Sullivan right behind me. The AI love to jump up the inside through the chicane there at the end, or the hairpin at the end of the lap. All right, so I think we're pretty much ready to go for the Long Beach Grand Prix. Fill up the car. I'm going to jump away for literally 30 seconds, and then we'll get started with this. Hopefully it will be a good race, but I'll be right back. All right. Wanted to fill up water before we actually get started. So I think really just need to be patient through the first laps of this. Not sure how quick we'll catch some of the lapped cars, but once that happens, it's going to be like Phoenix. Even that was, you know, obviously really quick dicing in and out of cars and stuff, but gonna be a lot of patience testing in this one today. All right, so we'll go to next session. Got full fuel in there. We'll look quickly at the starting grid once again. I know we just looked at it, but Emerson Fittipaldi up top, Michael Andretti. Gotta hope he doesn't win. Gotta hope he doesn't win today. Hey, No Signal, thanks for joining. It'll be a fun one here today. Scott Pruitt, Danny Sullivan, Rick Mears, Allenser Jr. Allenser Jr., like I mentioned earlier, he won this real race, and he was the man at Long Beach in the early 90s. I think this was the second of 4 in a row for him, and he won a couple more too. I think he might have won Long Beach 7 times, if I'm not mistaken, over his career. So we'll see if he can pull it out today. Although he's starting in 6th, but he was always kind of a worse qualifier than a racer, but he absolutely dominated these races. Ari Leyendijk, Derek Daly, Teo Fabi in the Porsche there. He retired in the first race, remember, with some engine issues. Raul Boisel, and then we're starting 11th. Yeah, Allenser Jr. was really good in the early 90s. All right, but I think we're ready to go. So, patience. Gotta worry about the field checking up and everything. First few laps here, but let's do it. Let's get started with the Long Beach Grand Prix. All right, we got the car on low boost for the pace lap. Of course, rolling starts in Indycar. Did 2 of the guys have the same time too? Right. First gear. So we'll waste a little bit of fuel on this pace lap. And like I said, we should be able to go max at full boost the whole run, which I'm planning on doing, I think. 40 laps. And so if we pit 40 laps, did another 40 laps, that would get us to lap 80. We'd have 25 laps to go. And we could short pit, maybe take like 28 gallons or something and get to the end. Anything more than 20 gallons, it's worth taking tires because it takes about the same amount of time. So that's what I'm planning on doing, is just running as hard as I can. And then if I reach a stage where I'm like 35 laps into the run and there's a ton of traffic in front of me, I might pit early just because I know I have a little extra time to spend there and avoid having to do some slow laps behind the lapped cars or something. But we'll have to see. That's my strategy. Hopefully it works out. Of course, if there's a yellow flag, which there very well could be, that'll just change everything. All right, we'll get it on full boost though. Gotta be really careful here in the opening couple of laps. Hopefully, I think we'll actually get quite a big advantage here coming through the hairpin just because I'm on the inside. All right, green flag, yeah, and I passed, I don't know, 3-4 cars, but we'll take it. Come across the line, start the Long Beach Grand Prix. Be really careful here coming up the shoreline. Don't want to do anything dramatic. The AI is all going to check up here coming down into 1. Luckily, it's pretty wide. Get it down to first gear. There we go. I got Allenser Jr. right in front of me, so he started 6th. Got Raul Boisel behind me. I passed quite a few cars there. But not a bad start. We'll just nice and easily get it here through the first chicanes and onto the back straightaway. See if I can get a nice run here on Allenser Jr. Able to do it. Get up the inside. Oh, we're going to get Leyendijk as well. You can see Fabi here in front of me. Oh, really late braking. I was too late for myself. Run a bit wide, but able to get Fabi. Dive bomb maneuver here on the opening lap. I got to be really careful about stuff like that. Oh, mega opening lap here. All right. Come to line. I'll see what position I'm in now, but I passed a lot of cars there. 3 cars on 1 straightaway. All right, up to P6. That's really good. Gonna settle in a little bit here. I find turn 1 the easiest turn to over brake into, and saying that, I'll probably do it elsewhere, but just in practice, I gotta be really careful about diving in too hot on the brakes into turn 1. Behind Sullivan now. second gear. Car understeers a bit here in the first laps as tires get up to temperature, but got a good run on Sullivan as well. A lot quicker down the back straightaway, which I'm fine with. Get it down to second gear here for the right sweeper. Compromised line on entry. Down to first here. Ooh. Car's understeering all over the track. We're passing Sullivan, so he's a little bit further back than he was at Phoenix. All right, come across the line. So you see it up there, 103 laps to go, but P5 already, so mega start. Need to settle in. I'm behind Rick Mears now. I can see one of the Newman Haas's, and I have to think that's Michael Andretti. So it doesn't look like Andretti got into the lead, which is really good for the championship. That means probably Emo is out there. Yeah, I probably could have gone with more wings. What I'm seeing here is that I'm really fast in a straight line, and then through the corners I'm sliding all over the place, which it's gonna come to hurt me later in the run. But I've done a few full fuel loads in practicing, and I'm able to get through the whole run without too much of an issue, just adjusting some of the bars. So we'll have to see how it straightens out here. Yeah, it's definitely Michael in front. I agree. Mears all over the back of him, so he's trying to get around as well. Help me close up on the both of them. I'm under this overpass here. Closing up on the back of Mears now. Have a little bit of time to take this carefully and slowly. I don't do any wild maneuvers. Mears sweeps to the outside. He's going to hug the inside through the hairpin. My best line is not that. It's entering kind of deep and then cutting the apex on the exit. But the AI love to cut under you there if you do that. Nice and smooth here. Right on these guys. If I can line them up right here through the chicane, I might be able to get past them on the back straightaway again, like the others. Yep, got a good run. Sweep out wide on Mears. Not going to be able to get Michael here. Oh, Mears comes back on me on the outside. Oh, he squeezes me there. I parked it on the apex. Okay, we'll fight another day. Out wide, cut it on the exit. Problem with shoreline drive is it's really sketchy to go side by side down the straightaway, so I'm actually quite quick here, but I don't really want to go side by side through this corner. It's a little too much with the AI. Right, Mears got around Michael. He's gonna pull away, I think. I can get around Michael here pretty quick. He doesn't seem as quick as he was at Phoenix, which is good for us. Here we go. The inside. Should be able to clear him before the braking zone even. Ooh, a little deep. Able to pick it up. Michael right on my tail now, though. Block him. Ooh, I think I might have got hit there. I definitely got hit. Oh! I think that's Michael's fault. See if the yellow flag comes out. He hit me from behind, though. I got hit twice, I think, from him. The lap is really short here. It's, I mean, under a minute, so it's very, very quick track. Doesn't look like we're going to get a yellow flag, so maybe Michael got it going again. Which is fine. I don't really want there to be a yellow flag if there doesn't need to be. Although, could help to catch up to Emo, obviously, who's probably in the lead. Well, I'm sure Michael won't be happy about that, but maybe it knocked him out of the race, so we'll have to see the results. Oh, hectic first few laps. I gotta settle in a little bit here. It's a long race to drive very frantically the whole time. I kind of like how quick the lap is around Long Beach in this version of it. It's like a short track through the city streets. And maybe after the race we'll take a look at that incident if we can remember it and decide who caused it. So all's clean so far besides Michael Andretti running into the back of me. 2 for 2 hitting Newman Haas cars during the race, during races. So I'm sure the Haas team, Newman Haas team's not very happy with what we're doing. Yeah, I'm in P4. You'll see it every lap I go by the start finish line, a little board appears in the top left that shows how many laps are left, how the gap is ahead and behind. 97 laps to go, P4. Skier here. So Rick Mears is actually pretty quick here because I'm putting in decent laps, I would say, and he's much staying where he is in front of me. Yeah, I did not think I was going to be able to pick up that many spots on the start. I've done a lot of racing here over the years. I think I have another video on the channel too of racing around here, and usually the starts is a lot of waiting for cars to sort themselves out, but I was able to just snake around some of them there. I think it helped that I started on the inside. Through. Tire-wise, definitely want to change the tires on every stop, but I don't think we need to worry about tires blowing or anything, luckily. Softs all around, of course, through a street track, but Shoreline Drive is really the only high G corner on the circuit. It's only once per lap, so the tires don't really get too hot. Deep again. That seems to be my trouble corner, and I can see some lapped cars ahead, so we're going to start hitting traffic, and it's going to totally change how this race is going. It wouldn't be so hard if you were just driving like this the whole race alone, or just behind another car of equal speed, but the lap traffic's going to make it very interesting, and hopefully not cause any major incident. Got a good gap behind, though, which is good. Ooh. Tapping that wall on the outside coming into turn 1. Looks like Mears getting held up behind Bernard Jourdain. Side by side through the... I can't do that with them. Gets held up a lot, though. I get a good run here. Onto the back straightaway. I do have a good run. He's going to snake to the inside, but I'll take both of them. Mears going to stick it around the outside, maybe. That was a good move by Mears. I thought I was going to be able to get him weird into the braking zone there. The lap traffic's even quick through these tight corners, so it's... I guess I'm slow through the tight corners is the problem. First lapped car, and it was already pretty interesting. First gear here. Here's getting held up all over again. It's just not a lot you can do to pass through here, but once we get onto the straightaway, Mears is going to do it. I'm going to do it. Hopefully get enough in front of him this time. He can't outbrake me. To the right-hander. There we go. So I got Mears, at least for now. Oh, he's going to come back up the inside. I don't want to do what happened to Michael there. Oh, no. Well, he turned into me. That's what I'll say. think I got away with it. Maybe there'll be a yellow flag for that, I'm not sure. They just do, I like to think they probably just do local yellows unless there's a big accident. But okay, that's one way to get past Rick Mears. So, elbows out here at Long Beach early on. we'll blame him for that. Oh man, I don't really want to hit them to get by them, but put himself there. All right, so we're firmly in third position now, I think, coming up on AJ Foyt here. Foyt's been qualifying very poorly, but he does pick up a few positions. I think he DNF'd at Phoenix for some mechanical, but he was passing a lot of cars before that. He's definitely not last. But we're going to catch him here on Shoreline. It's tempting to dive up the inside here through the long curve, but it often ends in disaster. Ooh, he brakes quite late. I don't know if he deserved that. I've got no beef with Mears, but he'll probably have one with me now. Thought about it. Just getting up a lot here. Just gotta be really careful with the lapped cars. There we go. This is the safest place to pass, in my opinion. Up on Granatelli's car then. I didn't see what the gap was to second in front, so let's see what it is this time by. Monitored that. Am I P2? I thought I was in P3 now. No, I'm in P3, so I'm 7 seconds off of number 3. Which I'm blanking on who that is. I'm sure you all will tell me in just a second. But 7 seconds off. We'll see what that is at the end of the next lap. I think that's actually Scott Pruitt, right, in the True Sports car. So Scott doing really well. I got to try to shift a little earlier. I don't want the light to come on. I want it to be pretty much right before the light comes on so I don't blow the engine. Yeah, that lapped car looks like the True Sports car, so I don't blame you for that. All right, it was 7 seconds last time by. Good thing about this track is you get to see the laps really quick here. So 5.3. Whoa, we closed in a lot. All right, race is on. Just got to get through this lap traffic. No doubt the car is being held up by lap traffic, but that's, in my book, just as valid a reason to catch somebody as any. Even if it's a little unfair in IndyCar too. All right, we got Daco in front of us, and we know what happened in qualifying, so have to do the same thing here. First gear, it's all over the track. The AI is not the best around this track, certainly. Raceable though. All right, get Daco coming out of the hairpin. That's a good spot to pass. Here we are this time by 3.5. Oh, just tearing into that lead. A lot of lapped cars here, though. This yellow one in front of me, and then I got Pancho Carter in the blue car up there. We're going to get held up here. It's not really possible to go too wide, but I'll set up for the back straightaway. Car feels pretty good. Haven't needed to adjust the bars or anything yet, but it'll start getting kind of slidey on the back, I think, soon, so. Right, get Carter here coming onto the front straightaway. Good. I'm not being held up that much by the AI, so the slow cars. Ooh, up to 4.1. So Pruitt's got clean track. He's pretty quick. I think I just saw him up there though, disappearing through turn 1. So the heat on. through the chicane here. I'll breathe the throttle just a little bit to get a good exit up the inside. First gear. It's a pretty good exit. That's probably the best way to do the hairpin for me. Late entry, sweeping down to 3.4 again. So we're already pretty much at half tank of fuel. So another 20 laps or so, start thinking about pitting. Seems like I'm actually getting better mileage than I thought. So I might be able to go a bit longer. Let's see. A little deep here. Sometimes it's best just to keep it straight. Ooh. Best to keep it straight if you brake a little late. This car slows down a lot better in a straight line. You can just miss the apex, gather it up, and keep going. You try to turn in, the car will sometimes just spin out on you. Now. Oh, a little loose there. Get Randy here onto the front straightaway. Not the best exit, but good enough. Yeah, I'm using a Fanatec wheel, a TH8 shifter, and G27 pedals. So I've got a little bit of everything going on, but all of it's pretty much through DOSBox directly with their control mapper, except for the shifter, which is through joy to key. DOSBox only supports 2 joysticks, so. To the hairpin here. So it's going really well so far. I think couldn't have gotten a much better start than I did. Lap traffic hasn't been in big packs or anything yet. It's been pretty spread out. It's one at a time. Not too bad. Up to third position here. I'm a little slower, I think, than Scott Pruitt. Unfortunately, I feel like it's going to be a trend where there's like 1 or 2 cars that are just much quicker than me. But you never know what's going to happen in these things. We'll stick on it. Stick on it as hard as I can here. I'm up to pit stops pretty soon. It should really open things up. We'll see how good I am at the pit stops overall. And through. Straight away. So I got 18 gallons fuel left. Yeah, the mileage is just about what I thought it would be. So you can see in the bottom of the dashboard in the center the lap prediction that it has for how many laps it thinks I can do on this tank. It changes all the time. It's probably quite realistic to how it was in the real car. So, we're to the end of the straightaway. A few laps here without any traffic. I think I'm losing time to Pruitt a bit. Yeah, I would think Emerson Fittipaldi's in the lead of the race. I actually throw that up on the screen real quick without messing up my corners. Yeah, here's the leaderboard there. Emerson Fittipaldi, Matt Pruitt, Ryan Axelson, Rick Mears, and Danny Sullivan up to 5th, so been able to recover, but it's pretty spread out now. 15 seconds off of Emo. Quite a lot. And you're on the back straight away. It still feels good. I haven't changed anything on the roll bars yet. It's very surprising. I understeer there, so maybe it's time. So I'm back to 5.5 behind Pruitt, so without traffic, he's pretty quick. It's right now quicker than I can go. My best to catch Pruitt, but you never know through pit stops. It seemed like at Phoenix for a while that I was not going to be able to catch Sullivan, but just because of traffic and the way everything worked out with the yellow flag as well, I was able to catch him at the end. The AI also, they don't maintain a perfectly consistent pace for the whole race, so they might actually go slower or quicker towards the end depending on general speed and stuff. Yeah, cautions at this stage would not be too bad, although cautions can really mess up the fuel strategy. But it'd be the same for everybody as long as the caution's not in the middle of a pit stop cycle. Revving a little high. Catching some more lapped cars. I think we're actually going to be coming up to second time by on some of them. That's when it gets tricky, when some of the cars are really slow, some of them are just kind of slow. I think I can see Pruitt up there, so we might actually be catching him again. He's gonna go around the outside here, Bernard Jourdain. It's a little uncomfortable, but he comes and brakes quite late. Oh, what's he doing? Yeah, I could probably use more wings, and that's something I could actually do in the pit stop, but do I chance messing up my full setup here? Put a little more downforce on. You know, what does everybody think? Should we crank on some more wings during the pit stop around Jourdain here? A little too much for a lapped car that's 2 laps down at this point. I'd want to do wing on both the front and back because I'm very quick in a straight line, so I could give up a little bit of straight line speed. Set at 65 here. I don't know. Things are working out so well so far. I don't really want to mess up the setup by adding wing. But it looks like it could help. More on the front. Then I'll just spin out. Get held up here by the 12. We'll run a little deep into turn 1. Luckily, got out of my way. we're down to 12 gallons left. Group of lapped cars ahead. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Short pit, take some wing, and then, or take the wing, then if I don't like it, short pit and go back to where it was. AJ Foyt in front, but I'm going to catch him just at the perfect spot. Around him. Got another string of cars in front, though. Time this right coming out of the last corner. Oh, he's so slow. I think that's Dobson. Wow. Getting really close to hitting the wheels there. On the outside of him, I guess. Wasn't thinking we would do that. Oh, around the outside of this one too. Oh, he's gonna outbrake me, of course. AI are ruthless about the braking zones. They'll attack you like you're fighting for position. Don't really have that blue flag mentality. AJ's not the slowest car on the track, but yeah, he's quite slow. Speed is nice on the straightaways, but I don't know. I'm tempted to shake it up just because I don't think I'm going to be able to get up to second or first like it is now. And I think even if I had a suboptimal setup, I feel like third place at this point, unless I hit the wall and damage something, is pretty much a given. A lot of race to go, but worth trying something different, I think, to see if I can possibly catch the first two. Might try it. Might try to crank on a little bit of wing. There, that would be damaged nose if I had the realistic damage on, which I'm pretty thankful I don't, but already down to 73 to go, so this race actually goes by pretty quick. A long race, I mean, any street track here, it's a lot more demanding than an oval race, in my opinion, from the precision of it. That's what makes IndyCar cool. It's the mix, all the different types of tracks. Going to normal road courses as well. Looks like the gap came back down to second a little bit, but it's not yeah, you gotta sample the wall. Gap came down a little bit, but it's probably just traffic related. We might actually be catching Bobby Rahal here from a lap down. He's not having a great season so far. 5 seconds behind. It's 7 gallons left, so we're getting close to the pit stop. I think we wanted to try to make it to 65 to go, but it might be coming a little short on that, I think. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna add wing. I'm just gonna do a little different than I did at Phoenix. I'm not gonna try to edit the pit stop adjustments as I'm driving. We'll take a little realism out of the equation and say that I could probably tell the crew over the radio what I want. And so we'll pause right before entering the pit lane and change all those settings. 6.1 seconds, 71 laps to go. We've made it 35 laps pretty much so far on this fuel. I think we could do another 5, so maybe we'll get there. Don't want to risk anything. Right against the wall. Definitely possible to damage the car here. I hope I don't do it, but definitely done it with the arcade damage, so don't worry about that. Can't just run into the walls super hard. I'm up behind Ray Hall. He's pretty quick, but done a lap down through the first stint, which is never good to see. Gonna be hard to get past, though. It's a little bit late to go up the inside, but I'll try it. I'll get by him here without being held up too much. Able to do it. See if I can keep ahead through the first corner. They brake so late that it's gonna squeeze me on the inside. Oh. He's able to do it. I'll have to line him up for the back straightaway. Oh man, that's frustrating. A little bit of a breath of the throttle there and just get it so I can exit low. There we go. Pull in front of him, see him later. Alright, so we'll come through the hairpin. Just a few more laps before we pit. Should start seeing AI pitting soon. There goes the fuel light. I think it would be possible if you really crank the boost down to do it on one stop, but you would really be going slow. So there's no way, the pit stops themselves, I don't know how long it is exactly, but let's say it's 35 seconds or 40 seconds. There's no way that you're going to be able to make that up. Too slow. The wall is a pretty good apex. Oh, I see a car in the pit lane. Might have just been pulling out too, so I think we actually just passed Mo. So we're in first, lead a couple laps here. It looks like the leaders of pit. I'm gonna stretch it a little bit, give myself more options, quicker on low fuel as well. If you're curious about the lap times, bottom right hand corner on the dash shows you the lap time. It's already hard to concentrate on visually. Just a lot of pixels. So we got at least a couple more laps here. I don't want to stretch it so that I can't possibly go further, but I think we'll do at least one more lap before we pit. Got a couple cars ahead. 67 laps to go. Out of first gear here. Our Jourdain in front again. It's the third time I've seen him. Oh, it's not a good place to pass. I've tried that before. It doesn't end well. Losing a lot of time here. This is bad. Ugh. It's really tempting to throw it up the inside there, but that wall sneaks up on you, and the way that AI takes the line, it'll just crash right into you. Yeah, I'm in the lead, but it's because of pit stops. I'm gonna go one more lap, I think. I'm quicker right now than I would be on full fuel. That's why I want to try to do laps, although the traffic is not letting me maximize 100%. I'm 10 seconds ahead of Mo. Is not enough to pit and take the lead. Oh, spinning through turn one. Oh no. Luckily able to get away with it. That's not good. Oh, right on the end of the run too. All right, we're gonna pit this time, but losing the back end a bit, maybe the tires, I'm not sure. That's too bad. That loses any advantage I had from staying out. I think we made it 39 laps with the pace lap as well, and we could probably go one more lap, so pretty good fuel mileage. Yeah, I caught the spin, but slowed me down quite a lot. All right, we'll come out of the final hairpin. I'm gonna pause it real quick so we can change the wing settings and stuff. All right, so I am gonna add, I don't know how much is too much, but we'll try 2 degrees of wing on both sides. See if that gives me a little more downforce. And then otherwise, we'll keep the stagger. We don't want to stagger. 40 gallons, 4 tires, and we'll do our pit stop here. Come into the pits, change the tires, guys. All right, fuel in the car. Takes the longest. We're done. Let's go. All right, not speed. Got 80 miles an hour. Luckily, clear pit. A lot of cars in the pits. Might be a lot of cars out. Yeah, it was me radioing the pit crew. And yeah, I don't know exactly where the end of the pit is, but I know by the time the signs are there, it's probably all right to speed up. All right, come to the first corner, so hitting successfully, but coming out, I think behind AJ. I don't know if that's Pruitt right in front of me, but we'll see. Might be that slower red car. Yeah, it's that Ferrari red looking car. All right, just need to be careful. I'm on full fuel, cold tires. All right, I got more wings now, though, so I'm interested to see if this feels quite a lot different. I might need to play with the bars a little bit. Yes, John Andretti, you're right. 70 here. I thought I might be going for the pits. You have to be careful about that coming out of the hairpin. The cars dip low a little bit. Go into the pit lane, see if I can come around the outside of them on shoreline. Sketchy. I'm not as fast as I was before, I can already tell. Oh, and John breaks me into turn 1. So pit 1 done. Stint 1 complete. Get caught up behind John here. It's just a mess going through the slower sections. It's frustrating to watch. It's even more frustrating to drive, let me tell you. But let's see. All right, I got a little bit of clear track. Hope I can catch Pruitt. That'd be great. Yeah, it is a safer pit entry than Phoenix. I know there was some after I did the Phoenix race, there was some forum chatter over at IndyCarRacing2.net about changing how the AI enter the pits there. So maybe we'll see some improvements for the 1990 season. All right, I'm 2.5 seconds off Pruitt though, so I'm actually quite close. Pedal to the metal time. I think that's him right in front of me with the red car. 2 cars up. This is good. This is good. This is good. Try to get the car back up to temperature. It's a little bit understeery right now. Probably change my front bar, make it a little softer. Add a downforce, might be better. I could just tap the wall there, ever so slightly. You can see or at least I could see the turn-ins just instantly way better. We'll get the fire department coming for us here in the background. We're setting the track on fire. God. Adds to the atmosphere. All right, around the outside, Ari Leyendijk. Oh, we're about the same speed now, but I think putting Ari a lap down, which is pretty wild. And yeah, he, of course, takes the inside line into turn 1. How to try to get a good run here in the back straightaway again. we go, up the inside, see if I can get Carter as well. On the back straightaway. Brake as late as I think I can without overshooting it. Oh, there's Pruitt. That's Pruitt right in front of me. He's battling up the inside of somebody. Oh, the yellow cars. There's a few yellow cars. They brake so late into one. It's too bad because that is normally one of the best passing opportunities on the whole track, but I just can't do it there. Just saline in front of me. He's so slow. On. Oh man, lost so much time there. Once again. But for anybody that's played this, you know you can't pass in all of those spots without it being very close, if not contact with the AI. So gotta be patient. Okay, I think I'm quicker. I think the wings was a good idea. All right, here we come. Yeah. All right, 2.5 seconds off. I mean, I can see him there. Come down to first gear for the first corner. Gotta get a bit of run through here as I can. Only have a lap without a lapped car. The car just feels so much more hooked up. I think I'm much quicker now. So whoever put the idea in my head to take wings, good idea. I don't think I'd want to do much more because I'm just about the same speed as the AI now on the straightaway. It's going to be harder to pass, but I think through the middle of the corner I'm much quicker. Brake quite late there into one. Through the middle of the corner I'm much quicker, so it's helping out my total lap time. See, 5 of you take credit for it. It might have been fish fade, so I'll give you the credit for that. All right. So the race is on for second once again. I have no idea how far up the road Mo might be, but we'll see if we can dispose of Pruitt here quickly. You know, without running him like I did Mears off the track. Oh, we got Randy Lewis here. Being an absolute champ. We're on the outside of him. Oh, come on. So slow. That was a bad idea. It was a bad move. Try to pass him around the outside. Of course, coming down to turn one, won't be able to do it either. Yeah, I mean, the final pit stop I'm going to take will be quicker, just because. Oh, come on. Our Jourdain here. Final pit stop will be quicker because I should only have to take, I think I'm going to go with 28 gallons of fuel if we pit, you know, with about 25 laps to go. So it's probably too much fuel, but man, Randy Lewis here is really eating up the track. Yeah, we could use a caution, but I'm not going to cause a caution. The AI do it themselves sometimes. Still shifting a little too late for my liking. I was thinking I was catching Pruitt here, but I think he got around this car in front of me. Runs wide there. It's tempting. Wide there too. Oh man, I was thinking about trying to go around the outside there before we got onto the straightaway, but it wasn't gonna work. A little fast coming into the kink. First gear. 56 laps to go, so we're getting close to halfway. It's good because this is a lot harder than Phoenix just to drive. And it's a little bit longer of a race too, of course. But this is a little more the length that most of the races will be during the season, so good to get used to. Alright, I see Pruitt ahead. He might be being held up here. Down. Ooh, it might be Fabi. Oh, but Pruitt's definitely held up. No, it's 65. John Jones, I believe. Gotta get a good run on him on the exit. The hairpin, there we go. Oh, we're right on Pruitt now. Sometimes the traffic works out for me, sometimes it works out for them. I got the upper hand right now, though. Half a second off the back of him. Ooh, breaking really deep into one. Pruitt runs a little wide. We both got AJ Foyt in front to negotiate here. Oh, I understeered there. Straighten out the corner. Might be able to leap him on the back straightaway here like I did with Mears. Oh man, he's trying everywhere. Oh, good run, but he jumped out. Oh, I got so loose there. Ah, damn. If I had kept the throttle in, I probably could have done it, but side by side with AJ Foyt through that corner is no fun. Man, he jumped out just as I was going to go around too, and nearly caused an accident. Yeah, I think the AI in this, I know this is probably one of the worst tracks for them, but they're still really good compared to a lot of the modern stuff that's out there. But we'll stick on Pruitt here. We're so close. Pruitt just flies away from me when there's no other cars in the way. Yeah, Adrian, this is my favorite Long Beach as well. I think even the real one with the actual tight hairpin, I think just a quick track on the city streets, it's pretty cool. All right, we're coming up to Viertes. Oh, Pruitt was able to get around him in one. That's just something I can't do. Oh, this is going to be bad. Ooh. That's not going to happen there. Got to slide. Being really safe with it. I know I'm going to get a few comments that are like, you should have stuck your nose in there, but I'm in it for the full race. I'm not in it for the singular pass. There's a little skatey under braking. I don't know if you can tell. It moves around a lot when I slam on the brakes. Yeah, you're pretty much always in lap traffic. I mean, on the road tracks here, we should be starting 28 cars for every one of them, so it'll be a packed affair. Especially around a track like this that's so short. Pretty good. I mean, I would love to win a race here, but I think Emma is going to be really far in the lead. But if I stick on Pruitt through traffic and stuff, I think I've got a decent shot at getting up to second. We're over halfway now. Working on the back half of this one. 51 laps to go. Slow there into turn one. Yeah, I mean, once we get within, I'd say, 38 39 laps to go. Pretty much decide when I'd want to pit, but I'd be giving up the quickest part of the run, you know, if I pit early. I wouldn't get that till the very end of the race, whereas if I pit later, I can have 2 runs where I'm on lower fuel and one with brand new tires too, right at the end of the race. So I feel like pitting as late as possible is probably my best bet, unless I hit some kind of crazy traffic jam. There was 28 drivers at the start. I'm sure there's a bunch of retirements that we'll look at after the race. So definitely, it feels a little less sparsely populated out here now, and I feel like I saw a lot of cars in the pits when we pit. Second gear here. First gear for the final few corners. Sticking right with Pruitt, but it's going to take a lapped car that gets timed right on the back straightaway or something for me to pass him, I think. But we're definitely quicker than I was before with the added wings, so that was a good idea. First gear. Understeering here. Probably stiffen up the rear maybe. Yeah, I might be a little quicker on a good lap when I don't hit the wall like that. I just don't want to push too hard, you know, it's so easy to overdo it into a corner. 48 to go. It's that long middle part of the race. I'm just playing chicken with the walls there. I'm getting really close, but the closer I can get, obviously the faster we can go. Got great sense of car control now that I've been in it for so many laps. Second gear here. Looks like Pruitt might be being held up here a little bit. Goes up right on him now. I'm slipstreaming a little bit here, although I don't think it's been too powerful or anything. Got up the inside of him. Geez, Pruitt's able to do that into turn one, and I just can't. Andretti here in front. Like all the Andretti seem to be doing. Blocking. Right. Able to get him on the back straightaway, but I lost everything I gained on Pruitt there. The wall on the inside. That's what I'm worried about, because then you get pushed out. It's also a really easy way to damage the car. Across the line, 46 laps to go. Thank you, Emil. Gallons to go in the fuel tank. About half fuel. Ooh, almost overcooked it there. I don't know if you saw rear end kicked out. I had to correct it. double exit onto the front straightaway. Trying to push, trying to get up to him, but I think Pruitt's just a little bit faster, more consistent at it at least. But I gained on him so much on the stop, so if I can stay reasonably close, maybe I can jump him on the pit stops too. That's another option here. Second gear, a bit wide. Not to overcook it. That left-hander, for some reason, is really easy to spin the rear of the car, and it must just be a weight transfer, something related. We're catching a bunch of lapped cars. No, I don't know if I want to take the wings off because I was nowhere near Pruitt's speed before. And I think if I time it right, I can get around him with lap traffic in the way. And he's catching a whole bunch of cars right now, so this might be that opportunity. Yeah, where's AJ? We need him. Carter in front. Or no, that's not Carter. Actually sure who that is in the Mackenzie car for 1989. Had to breathe it there. Over under on him. Gonna run down the front straightaway here. 43 laps to go. Got a big lead on Rick Mears behind, so no need to worry about that. Yeah, it's Heimrath, that's right. Not yet. Scott Goodyear. A little bit up on that first corner just to get the second one correct, get up the inside. Saline again. Oh, very late. Oh, I thought I was going into Brayton there. Slam on the brakes. I don't like being around the outside of the final hairpin. Give up a little bit to get up the inside. Oh, he squeezes me. Bourdain again. The inside line, just so I know he won't try to jump around the inside of me. Pruitt's just carving up all these cars. Nice run here in the back straightaway on these two at least. Get around them. You know, thankfully we don't have to worry about marbles and dirt and dust on the track because obviously at this stage of the race the track would be very messy. Oh, Brayton just tried the same thing that Andretti did early on and hit the wall there. I don't know if there'll be a yellow flag or not. He hit me though, trying to dive up the inside of that corner. I don't think we're going to get a yellow again. So it might be yellow free, but surprisingly, there's been a few crashes into me specifically. The game itself is definitely cautious about throwing the caution at a road track. It only happens when there's a pretty big accident with a car that is not going to move anymore, so. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic, but I'm on low fuel. If I come back out, I'm going to be on high fuel. I won't have that extra run right at the end, so stay out for now. Oh, we're catching Sullivan too. So we're going to put Danny Sullivan a lap down. Not as good of a race for him after battling for second place at Phoenix together. Get under the 65 here before turn one, before shoreline. There we go. With 40 laps to go, we're just about in the fuel window for the end of this thing. Sullivan, what are you doing? Trying to come back on me. Oh, touched. What's he doing? My God, the AI are ruthless. I'm obviously quicker than him if I put a lap on him. Probably smoke by him here in the back straightaway. Actually, side by side pretty much. Into this right-hander, still side by side. Sullivan's battling me so hard here. This is not what I wanted. Alright, get a good run on him on the front straightaway, but now I gotta worry about turn 1 again. As deep as I can into turn 1. He just outdoes me around the outside. Get a good run. Here we go. Be able to clear him this time, but really need to block through the final couple of corners. Very bad line into that left-hander. I'm going to take the inside here so he can't. I expect him to be so hard to pass. Lost a ton of time to Pruitt, I think. But hit him too. But it's definitely elbows out. I'm 3.6 seconds off now on Pruitt. So close for most of this run. Got 10 laps or so, 12 laps before pitting, or before I have to pit. Got AJ in front of us, 2 cars up. We got Dobson too looking on the inside. I can maybe get around the outside of him here on shoreline. Gonna totally be able to stick there and then into turn 1. Keep the line. Oh, and he goes up the inside of Foyt as well. Oh, that was a hard hit. Luckily I haven't done too many of those yet. Oh, Dobson really got around Foyt there quickly. Alright, still I'm trying to push, but just the lap traffic's been killing me on this run. Battle with Danny Sullivan was definitely not needed. Dobson again, but try to do it. All right, well, if I really push in there, I can pass. Nope, I'm gonna let him back by. That might be the way to do it, is just totally overshoot the first corner. Oh, that was kind of scary. Right. Hope that's... I just saw a red car snaking around the corner, stuck behind somebody there, so I'm hoping that's Pruitt stuck behind a car. That might be, actually. Let's see when we cross the line what the gap is. 2.3 seconds. That might be him then. Nightmare and shoreline drive. Certainly feels like it. I knew the lap traffic was going to be difficult, but I didn't predict that even going into turn 1 I wouldn't be able to pass them. That's new. Alright, closing in now on a red car. Could it be? Randy Lewis again in front. It's like Pruitt was able to get around him. Oh, but Lewis is going to challenge back. Please do it. And I'm able to easily get around Lewis. I got Pruitt right in front of me then. It's actually quite easy to spin your car out on shoreline drive if you crank the wheel too much, so always a little scared to do that. Just at such high speeds, and the setup's not really built to go like that, so you can upset the suspension. Good days here. Oh, over revving the car a little bit. Yeah. Pruitt's not having the same problem I'm having into turn one, that's for sure. But 9 gallons, so getting close to the end of the run. I really could pit now or any time. I might, next time we catch a big pack of lapped cars, if it feels like it's going to slow me down, I might pit. I just have to think about the fuel to take. But I'm really hopeful to take a quicker pit stop at the end, and then have fresh tires with less than a full tank to really try to put some laps down. Cool car coming out of the pits there. Bernard Jourdain. Come on. Thankfully, he got around the inside of him. Didn't lose too much time there. Would have lost so much through this section with him. This game came out in 1995. Asking in the chat. All right, 7 gallons. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly a gallon a lap. So, pretty easy math to figure out how much I need for the end. Maybe like 0.01 more per lap, but it'll take like an extra gallon than what I need, or it should be fine. Through the final few corners here. It's been good. There's been no traffic or anything, so I'm able to run out the end of this one, but it looks like Pruitt's just a little bit quicker. It's like very slightly more than one. I don't think it's actually more than one. I won't underfill though. I hope. It would be very disappointing. I always put a little extra fuel in because I'm not good enough that 2 or 3 gallons of fuel is going to ever make a difference for me, so. Oh, totally missed that. Turn in. Gallons to go. 29 laps. I'm in P2 now. All right, I think Pruitt must have come into the pits. Interesting. Been a little earlier than I would have thought. But Emo's really been the man today, I guess. We beat him in the first race, so it's going to be interesting to see how the points all shake out depending on the finish here. I'm going to try my best to put in some really good laps here and see if I can jump Pruitt. Should be quicker than he would be, you know, coming out with cold tires, so do the old jump on him. Gallons to go, so about 4 laps. 28 to go. Yeah, Pruitt was gaining, but I imagine he's going to be a little slower than me now coming out of the pits, so the hope is I can overtake him just by doing some quicker laps here. Gallons, 27 to go. Full green so far, Taka. And it's been all out. It would have been nice to have a little bit of a breather there, other than the 20-second pit stop. I think I'll be able to do, I don't know how many more laps I'll do here. 1 more maybe? Probably do 2, but I never like to leave it to the very last lap. Gear here. All right, I'm gonna do 1 more, I think, and then we'll go for the pits. See how it all shakes out. It's coming down to it here. Still not a battle for the lead. I wish it was, but we're in the fight, which is fun. Over the line. Actually, pretty close to Emo. He must have pit though, I would imagine. So he pit and came out in front of us. This is a pretty good stint. I mean, it's very challenging with the lap traffic, but so far so good. No major issues. I actually think I'm coming up on Rick Mears. He's wild. But we'll come out of the hairpin. I'll pause again just so we can edit the radio settings. It's not easy enough to do here. So what do we got? We have 25 laps to go. So I'm going to put 28 gallons in, which is more than I need, but it's it'll be safe. It's not really going to be that big of a difference, and it'll still be a quicker pit stop. All right, we'll come in. I'll do this as quick as I can. Just a second. Drink a little water. It's tough to talk and do this for 2 hours. All right, come out of the pits, just not speeding. Oh, I did speed a little bit there, hopefully. Ooh. I really hope that was not hot. No! Oh, that's the worst thing that could happen. Oh, I ruined it all. I just barely hit above the limit. That's so disappointing. Oh, man. After all that, rookie mistake. I just hit like 82 miles an hour for a split second. Oh, that's so disappointing. I'm gonna never hear the end of that one. So I gotta come around and pit again to get the black flag served. That's so disappointing. So I'm gonna. It's really, really upsetting. Well, it's live, so you all know that. I'm just gonna reduce everything to make sure they're not gonna try to do a full pit stop again. I don't know. I haven't done one of these in a long time, unfortunately. There we go. All right, now really be careful about speeding. I think I can hold on to third here, but it's just I probably could have fought for second. There's so many cars in the pit lane too, so this has been a very high attrition race by the looks of it. But I guess you live and learn. We won't be doing that again. Live and learn. Yeah, it's very strict. It's literally, if you touch anything above 80 miles an hour, you get a black flag, so. That's what I get. Alright, well, we'll see how everything lines up here. I was ahead of Pruitt last time by 2. Yeah. So I would have actually overtaken him through the pits. Everything would have been great. I'll try not to bin it now. That would only add insult to injury. No, I think I can, 7 seconds off. Man, it's not that far. That's too bad. I was way ahead of him, too. Man. Well, put that on the fail reel for the end of the season. At least it wasn't for the win. But it was still a very silly mistake. Is still possible. You're right. But I don't know. It seems like it's. I'm not sure if with the arcade damage, the AI just don't seem to wreck as much or wreck in a way that would cause a caution. Because I feel like normally you get 2 or 3 cautions in these types of races. Yeah, Emo might lap me here, but I think we should be able to easily stay in front of Rick Mears. So it's a podiums, 2 podiums in a row. Everybody look at the bright side of things. I didn't just throw away a second place. That's the thing that'll come haunt me too at the end of the season if I'm like 2 points behind or something. But didn't speed at Long Beach. It's the Denny Hamlin strategy. .3. I'm pulling in a little bit. I mean, it's not out of the question that I catch up to Pruitt here, so I'm going to stick in it. I'm not going to coast here. Depends on how the lapped cars fall and stuff. I could catch him, so got plenty of laps left. In there, help break him into the lap in front of me. A couple cars up there. Could one of them be Pruitt? 6 seconds back on him. Be Pruitt directly in front of me. It could be that. There's one other car that looks like the True Sports car with red and kind of gray-white. It might be that one. I feel like I'm catching it a little too quick. Oh, that was almost a spin. Barbaza. Oh, it's very late to go up the inside, but able to do it. 6.2, so I lost 0.2 on that one. Still, 6 seconds is not a lot of time. Fabrizio. Yeah, this game is pretty much NASCAR Racing 1 with IndyCar physics. So it came out shortly after NASCAR 1 came out, and even though it's IndyCar 2, it's much more like NASCAR 1 than it is NASCAR 2. Unfortunately. Alright, 6 seconds again, so I got those 0.2 back, but we gotta do a little bit more than that. We got 18 laps to go. Hitting the wall everywhere now. This is not it's almost as tiring as playing a sim with force feedback, but not quite. But it's a lot of precision with this, so it gets very monotonous a little bit to do this long of a race on a street circuit like this. I find the ovals to be a lot easier. 4.3 seconds, so and I can see a string of cars up there, but that's good. Keep it up. Pruitt's making a move on somebody, but I'm really closing in on him now. He's stuck in a few cars here, but it's what I'll need. It's fine. John Jones got around him, but hopefully I can pull up here a little bit more through the hairpin, pass Jones on the front stretch. So sketchy. All right, able to get around Jones there, though. That's good. See Pruitt then. That's the red car right in front of me. Really pulling up on him now. I got AJ Foyt. Now it's Ari Leyendijk in front. Try to get a good run here out of the hairpin. To the front straightaway, right on the back of Pruitt now. It's going to force me to go to the outside, maybe through shoreline. All right. He's not going to be able to get up the inside here. Ooh, no. Oh, wow, I really knocked it back. Hopefully the car's all right. I didn't get a wheel damage. Wow, I don't think I've ever hit the wall that hard without it totally breaking the car, but what the heck happened there? I think I just got sideways under braking or something. Oh, I think I'm all right. Yeah, okay, well, if there's any credibility to running with arcade damage, it's probably gone now. Survive something like that, back it in the wall at 60 miles an hour. I am very lucky. That's very rare. All right, well, we'll stick on him though. I've got a second life, I guess. Damn, I was right on him too. I should have just laid back and followed him through this first sector, because back straightaway probably would have been the time. Ooh, Ari hit me from behind. There we go. Falling apart here at the end. Yeah, we'll pretend I hit tires. There we go. Get a little bit of everything here. Side by side with AJ. All right, still now, next car in front's Pruitt again, so it's not out of the question still. Yeah, I left the transmission in the wall. That certainly wouldn't be nice for the gearbox. Running out of laps now, though. 13 to go. Yeah, I maybe got it slowed down. It felt fast, though. I mean, in full damage mode, I would have had no wheels left on the car, probably, if I did that. The cars tend to explode when you hit things with full damage on. Get stuck here behind Barbaza, or not Barbaza, Bourdain. Jourdain, who am I talking about? Bernard Jourdain. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this in the first race quite a bit. The damage for realistic, I actually think it is very realistic, but it's, in my opinion, harder to control the cars in this game than it is maybe like in a more modern sim, so it's not quite fair to have full damage on. I'm sure you could argue either way. I think Ted Meat's going to be doing a championship soon with full damage, so if that's your thing, go over there. I feel like I'm just in this never-ending catching lap traffic, thinking I'm going to get close to Pruitt. I mean, I really screwed it up with the pit speeding. Laps to go. Ted's a braver man than I am. Oh, and we're catching Allenser Jr., which is interesting, but also kind of bad because I'm sure it's going to be really tough to pass him here. Is that Pruitt too, being held up there with Heimrath? Oh, this is good. This is good. All right, Pruitt's gonna get around Ludwig here, probably into turn one. Oh, I shifted a little early up to 6. 10 laps to go. Got enough fuel, so everything's looking good. Oh, Junior blocks me into turn one. Maximize the exit here into the back straightaway. Peter's going to go up the inside, but I was expecting it. Get around him and Ludwig. Pruitt there, snaking up the inside of Thays. Oh, jeez. Not about it. Not about it. All right, get up the inside of Didier. So, right on the back of Pruitt now. He's right there in front of me. There's 9 laps to go. There are 90 some odd laps. We're right there for a second place. Hit just about everything that I could hit during the race. I had a black flag. Definitely been an interesting one. It'd be nice to close it out with a second place again. And who knows, Emmo could always have some issues here right at the end of the race. Just hit the inside wall there. Besides risking damage to the car by hitting the wall, you also really picks you off the apex, so best to avoid. All right, 8 laps to go. Basically using the wall into turn 1 to help slow me down, it seems. Yeah, I haven't hit the pace car at least, that's right. It hasn't been out. Sure, if the pace car was on the track, I'd hit that too. Oh, we're so close to Prix. I just don't know. I'm trying everything I can catch up to him. Hopeful I can see another car in front of us, so maybe he'll catch that car and slow down a little. I lost 1/10 on that lap. Oh, very deep on the braking. Just about got it. Terrible first chicane. I think that was a good lap. Doing 53s, 54 flats right now, which is not too bad. Yeah, pulled in a little bit on him. Even with that turn 1, that was weird. Oh, that was not good. Okay, he's got traffic, so this is probably going to be it. Your opportunity. Keep on saying that. Sliding all over the track. That wasn't a good run onto the straightaway. Oh, he's got him blocking side to side. It's John Andretti there. Up inside of him onto the front straightaway. Look at him here coming down. There's the first corner. All right, that just helped out me then. 6th. 7 behind, 5 laps to go. Still in the lead lap, so we'll run all the laps unless Emma appears behind me at any second. Could happen. Actually surprised it hasn't. A little bit wide though. And down to the end of the back straightaway. Right with him, we're catching one of the Newman Haas cars. All right, in the slipstream. All right, this is almost a repeat of a few laps ago where I totally binned it coming into 1, so let's try to do this successfully. Get right on the back of him. Hopefully line him up here for the back straightaway. Oh, it's a little deep. Get a good run onto the back stretch. Oh, I gotta run on him. I gotta run. Up the inside. Got one of the Newman Haas cars in front too. Oh, when I hit him. Oh man. We split one of the lapped cars there. That was an aggressive launch into the corner. Prix. I was able to get around that lapped car. Oh, I understeered into the wall. Come on. Three laps to go. That was really the closest I've been so far. Oh, he ran wide into 1. I'm not sure if it's Mario or Michael, but he's helping me out either way. get a good run here. I don't know if I'm quite close enough this time. Oh, I was really trying to eke it out. I'm so lucky that I've not broken the front wing yet. I don't know how I've done that. Not done that. There we go. Nice launch. I've really got until Pruitt finds his way around. I think it's Michael in front there. 2 laps. To go. Looks like we're gonna finish on the lead laps somehow. I misread the fuel light as the shift light. Back to the back of Pruitt though. Getting held up, but not enough where he's able to get a good run and pass. All right, here we come. White flag. Oh, and we're closing in a little bit too. I got a great slipstream now. Really revved it. I want to blow the engine here in the last lap. Chasing the Budweiser True Sports car through the streets of Long Beach. Oh, runs a little wide there. Try to get a good exit onto the back straightaway. I didn't get the best one. Oh, I tapped the wall. No. That might have settled it. Try to keep on him though through the final couple of corners. Second gear. I'm really pushing, but come up to the final corner. Pruitt's gonna live to fight another day. But an epic race to the finish. And if I had not gotten that black flag, I could have got second, but 3rd place overall could be a lot worse than that. Could be a lot worse. That is so tiring. 105 laps at 105 laps around Long Beach. I don't think I cracked it all. It was just difficult. Oh man. Well, hopefully that was entertaining enough. It was a lot of work, a lot harder than Phoenix, I would say, but pretty happy to have 3rd place there after all that. We'll take a look at all the standings and stuff in a minute. Yeah, it was very tense. Yeah, I would like to go through a couple of the replay screens if we can. Thanks everybody. It was it couldn't have worked out too much better, you know, starting 11th, and I think I passed like 6 or 7 cars right at the start of the race, which is much better than I was thinking I'd be able to do. All right, a nice slow pace lap. You know, podiums are not bad. If I can get podiums, you know, for most of the season, we probably could win the championship even without a win. But of course, would like to do some winning at some point. I think my best chance for wins is honestly on the short ovals like Milwaukee and Nazareth. We don't go to New Hampshire, unfortunately, in '89. But there we go, finishing it up. And there it is. The victory, crossing the line. Give it a little music. Coming 3rd position at Long Beach. Not too bad. We'll take a quick look at the results. Emerson Fittipaldi coming away with the win. 102 laps led. I was the only other car that led a lap, which I feel like I deserve a little credit for that. But Scott Pruitt, of course. I got the police after me now. Scott Pruitt coming home in 2nd position. And then, of course, Ryan Axelson here in 3rd. Rick Mears in 4th, holding on after we had a little contact there. I want to check that out if I can. And then the Andretti's, looks like Michael finished in front of Mario. Or no, Mario finished in front of Michael. We were catching Michael at the end, I think. And wow, Mario came from 12th on the grid, so not too bad for him to get up to the top 5. But Michael finishing in 6th. That's going to be interesting for the championship and everything. Allenser Jr. there in 7th. Scott Brayton in 8th. Danny Sullivan. No, Brayton in 8th. Wow, he started 19th as well. That's a really good increase in position for him. Danny Sullivan fell back to 9th. Ari Leyendijk, Dominic Dobson, Ludwig Heimrath. So I think there's going to be a lot of retirements by the judging by who finished in the top 15. Saline, John Andretti, and Didier Days. AJ Foyt in 16th. John Jones in 17th. Fabrizio Barbaza in 18th. Bernard Jourdain in 19th. Wow, so it looks like a lot of the slower guys finished, but here we go into the retirement. So Randy Lewis, Poncho Carter, Bobby Ray Hall, Teo Fabi, Ro Boisel, Guido Dacco, Derek Daly, Kevin Kogan, Roberto Guerrero, all retiring from the race. Actually, so none of the real championship contenders back there, but man, heck of a race. Hour 37. It's actually a pretty quick race because there's no yellow flags. There's a 50-second margin of victory. I'll save this just in case bad things happen. Look at the replay. I want to save this as well. We have that. I want to take a look at a couple highlights before I wrap up the stream for the day. And we'll look at the points and everything in a second, but I figure we can look at maybe the first lap out there. It felt impressive. Hold on. This is where DOSBox doesn't work too well. If you notice, it slows down quite a bit when you're viewing every car. All right. Not too bad in real time, but can't really speed up. Just interested to see how this start went because pretty good. Yeah, I got a big jump just from being on the inside through the hairpin, so that's just kind of luck. And then down shoreline towards the first corner, a little stuttery. Pretty conservative overall. I think it was the back straightaway for the first few laps that I passed quite a few cars. Let me know as we're looking at this if there's any other. I wanted to check out that hit on Rick Mears and see, or was it was Michael Andretti actually, just to see who really caused that. And I guess I hit Rick Mears too, so I hit everybody passing them. But yeah, just blowing past, and then I just totally outbroke everybody at the end of the straightaway, but it worked out for me. To the end of that first lap. Fast forward this a bit. Past Danny Sullivan there. And then I definitely had some kind of incident with Rick Mears. I don't have any thoughts about 25K. I won't say that I don't care because I do care, but I don't know. I'm just making videos and stuff. All right, coming around. How did this happen? Maybe it was at the end of the lap. See you later, Henry. All right, so I think I got up the inside of him down the back straightaway. If I remember right, Rick Mears turned in on me from all accounts. But yeah, I wasn't as on the brakes then as I was later in the race because I could have just swept in front of him and took it. It must have been the next lap that we hit then. I like the music. This is when I got up the inside of Michael or Mario? Michael. Yeah, and this one he hit me too, so I was in the middle of the track turning in. Yeah, I mean that's 100% Michael Andretti's fault there. I'm not ashamed to admit that. Yeah, the paint schemes were really good in 1989. It's got some good ones, and I feel like the Sunoco car here fits right in. It's a little like the old Penske Sunoco cars. I don't remember how many laps. I think it maybe took a couple laps then to catch Rick after we hit Mario. And unfortunately, with the replays in this, there's not a quick way to like speed up to a section of it. All right, I think this is where things got weird. I don't know, we're passing. That was the first time past Bernard Jourdain. Got down the inside of him here. Get around Rick Mears. Maybe this is past the point where we hit. I thought we had hit. Oh yeah, he came up the inside. And then I stuck it up the inside in the hairpin. That might be a little bit of myself in that one, but overall, I don't think I'll be able to get to the. Maybe I'll post on Twitter later the spin going down into the first corner. It's just hard to scroll to on the stream. All right, we'll exit out of this. So, yeah, I guess I should wear the podium hat, huh? Because I did finish on the podium. All right, so these are the race results. We already looked at those, and now the season standings. So Emerson Fittipaldi in the lead, 35 points ahead with 1 win, 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s, 2 poles. So guy's doing pretty well so far. I didn't even notice that he got the pole in both races so far. But then Ryan Axelson here, second position, 30 points, 1 point ahead of Michael Andretti, which is surprising. He finished so far down, but I guess wins really help. So Rick Mears finishing 4th, Danny Sullivan, Mario Andretti, Scott Pruitt, Bobby Ray Hall, Alan Jr., and Derek Daly tied with Ari Leindyke and Scott Brayton for the top 10 overall. So obviously just 2 races done, and so things are very tight. But then we look towards the schedule, and next up is Indianapolis for the Indy 500. So I think we'll probably end up doing that a week from today. The day before the real Indy 500, just works out that way. But appreciate everybody joining. Hopefully it was a fun race. I had a lot of fun with it, but a few mistakes in there. I gotta learn from that, and hopefully in the next one it can be a bit better. But thanks for watching. Appreciate everybody being here. I'll see you all next time. Bye.